We are going to be concentrating on water today. We have all kinds of water. We've got wet water, we've got dry water, we got ice water. We got all kinds of water that we want to show you, and it all begins right here on the canvas, or on the palette. The canvas is that flat surface I paint on. The palette is the flat surface I mix paint on. It will try to not mix the two up on you, but sometimes I get so excited with what I'm talking about. You know, all right, anything goes. Let me just kind of briefly go over here. We've got the medium. This is the acrylic flow medium. We have white gesso, which is also used as a medium and as paint all in one. In the soaked paper towel, I have phthalo blue, alizarin crimson, ivory black, Payne's gray, and titanium white. And we have our brush tray right over here. And today we're going to be using a lot of different bristle brushes when it comes with water. Now, one of the most exciting elements that we can begin painting with is a waterfall. And in this particular little exercise that we're about to go through, I'm going to show you how to paint a waterfall, a lake, some splash, and cascade. So you're going to get it all right here. So let's first start right here by taking a little bit of color, and I've just laid these paints out on top of this water-soaked paper towel and sprayed them with our fine mist spray. Now, the thing that's so important to do, and I stress this frequently, is to make sure that you're constantly testing for the consistency of the water, of the paint, so that if you find they're starting to dry a little, then just respray them. Okay, now another thing too is that with acrylic paint, you really need to mix the color you're looking for on the palette and then go up to the canvas. With oils, we allow a lot of what's there to blending, to creating yet a new color. Mostly because we start by putting color into the medium, whereas with the acrylic technique, I tend to go ahead and mix the colors I'm looking for. And right now I'm looking for a light blue for our waterfall, and there it is, okay? And so that's what I'll do. Now, before I get started though, I'd like to take my nice hockey brush and go into the medium, the liquid, the acrylic flow, easy flow. I couldn't think of the word easy. Maybe it's too early in the morning, and I haven't had my 81st cup of coffee yet. All right, let's come up here to the canvas. Okay, this brush is just beautiful for putting this medium on. And we'll use this canvas for 2 or 3 different exercises in today's workshop. Now, I like to call a workshop where we're just learning about how to do certain things. And if we're actually doing a whole painting, then what we're doing is a painting project. We're creating a masterpiece. Okay, there we are. And I think we've got plenty on there. All right, let's finish mixing up our color. And there we are, just like that. And I'm using a bristle fan brush. This is a number 3. All right, I'm just going to go ahead, and when you start out, sometimes we're a little bit concerned. Oh, I'm going to put some paint on here. What do I do? What do I do? Just don't worry about it. Just come straight over here. Now, if you're making a waterfall, I tell people, pretend you're a little tiny water bubble. And what you're doing is you're just floating on the surface here until someone pulls the drain out on you. So I always start like this. I'm a tiny little bubble. See that? Let's do it again. And don't be so quick to take it away. So I'm a tiny little bubble. See that? And you make that sound. I have all kinds of different sounds. I got waterfall sounds. I got fall up sounds. I got rock sound. I've got mountain sounds, okay? We have all kinds of sounds. And don't worry if other people are listening, okay? So here we go again. All right, tiny little bubble. Shh, just like that. Okay, and then we're going to come up here and push up just like that where the splash is. Because you know, if something falls down like this, what's going to happen? It's going to come in here and it's going to smash like crazy. And so what we want to do is give it a bunch of smiley faces there on the end. All right, now that's easy. You can do this. This is not hard. And we'll just take our mop. This is our 1/2-inch mop. And see that? Ooh-wee. See that? We're just sitting there. And see that? Oh, wow. Now, if you don't feel that you're getting enough coverage, you can take your squirt bottle, okay? And we've been doing this all throughout the series. And we'll just lightly spray. You're about 2 or 3 feet away. And then watch. See how easy that is to spread? Okay, so here's that splash coming out all over the place. And, you know, that's what happens with these waterfalls, is that they're sitting there and the water comes in and, oh my goodness, you have an extraordinary display. All right, let's go ahead and grab our brush again, because out of every waterfall comes the water. So we'll just go ahead and lightly touch on the tip. And what I like to do is come right into the center here. And see, I just get a little bit wider. And it looks like that water is just, oh, it's just coming out right at you. And maybe it comes out here and then shoo. See, that's the cascade. The other one, shoo. This one, shoo. So you gotta make these sounds. Shoo, shoo, shoo. See that cascade? And again, that has its own little happy faces, because they will create a splash. And then maybe over here, shoo, 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 shoo. See that? And again, they have their splash, and we just come right on down, because we have the power to make as many of these cascades as we'd like. All right? See that? We're just coming forward. And you know something? What I see so frequently with these different waterfalls is there'll be like 2 of them. You know, like I saw when I was at the Grand Canyon. You've been there. You've been to the Grand Canyon. Yeah, we have all kinds of Grand Canyons. We got the Grand Canyon, the not-so-Grand Canyon, the Little Canyon, Medium Canyon. All kinds of canyons, and they all have their own waterfalls. So I'm starting to dry. So I'll just come right over here and maybe add just a touch of the medium. All right, just a touch. And if you feel you need to lighten it up, you go ahead and lighten it up with just a touch of the titanium white. I like to use titanium white as opposed to gesso when I'm doing the water. Okay, here we go. See how just reloading here we get some nice color. All right, here we go. Here comes another one. Now this one is shoom, shoom, shoom. See that? This one's going to be mighty. It's going to be a lot wider. All righty. See that? Oh, my goodness. That is a mighty one. All right. All right. We'll just go ahead and increase the amount of water coming over there. See, you can do this over and over. Just take it easy. And then we'll go ahead and put an even better splash, because this is wider. It's got more splashes. See that? And then we'll just take our brush again, and this is our mop, and I'm pressing it good. And again, if it's not working well, like that one wasn't, it's starting to get tacky. See, I touched this and it feels a little sticky. We'll just take our spray brush, or spray bottle, about 2-3 feet back, and then give it a nice little, and then all of a sudden, okay, there we are. We can do all of this that we want to do. See that? There it is. And we'll just come up here. Just come up. Now, you know, I could put a little bit more of the medium in there, but I think just doing this little squirt is just Just all we need to do. Okay. Now, what's so nice about this, I could go ahead and reload again. Take a little bit of the white, and there we are. I can now come right out of this. Okay, see, come right out of here. Yeah. I just thought of something. How'd you like to see how to do a rock right in the middle of these waterfalls? Have you ever seen of that? You've seen those where there's a little rock and they're right in the middle of the spray. Well, there's a nice little trick to doing that. Let's take some black, okay? And let's take some black, move it over here. Alrighty, how about some blue? Alrighty, black and blue, maybe a touch of alizarin, not much, just a little bit. Okay, this is going to be on the blue side, but it's going to be very, very, very dark. Alright, let's go on up to the canvas. Alright, what I want to do is just put into the tops of the rocks, wherever they're going to be, however many I'm going to have. See that? And maybe I'm going to have another one over here. Maybe a big one right there. Now that I've got those in there, dry my brush, get the paint off. And I'll just then bring in the dashes. See that? Dash, 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 until it fades into that foam. See that? Now we've got a rock in the water, in the foam. Alright, there we go. Here's another one. Just dash, 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 dash. And all of a sudden that one's in there. See? Just go ahead and finish your dashing. Be a dashing artist. Alright, see that? And that little water line that we put back there? That's showing that the water is coming through and it's boiling and turning and everything. Okay? And see there, we just put a little bit of pressure. Alright, and so we've got a few rocks in here. So that means that what I could do now is go back here and continue. I'll just draw the line and then shoom. See that? The water is coming in there. And it's coming forward. See, just like that. And maybe what we need to do is put in a lake. So we'll do that by pulling down some reflection with the same water color, just like that. Alright. And that's blue, even though it's looking really white. And I'll take my my brush, which is this bristle, angular, the workhorse. And I'll dry it out good. And it's still wet, okay? But look at that, all right? It makes the nicest reflection. And once it starts to loosen up, you just lift up on the pressure. Until then, though, I like to put a little pressure. All right, see that? Now, if we come into areas where we're seeing more black than white, then we can go ahead and reload the color and put that in here. For example, I can come back here and load up again in the blue. And we'll just put it in there. See that? Yeah, just because all we're trying to do when we do this is just show the color of the lake and the fact that since the canvas is dark, we need light to show the reflection. If the canvas was light, we'd need the dark to show the reflection. So as I get ready, I'll just stand back, put a squirt on it, and now I can just lightly come across. All right? Just like that. See that? 3 hairs and some air. Now, you can also just go ahead and pull down in the center like this. If you have a hard edge, like we did. All right, see that? Sounds like a good place for somebody to be trout fishing, wouldn't you think? The only thing I never know about this story with the salmons is, how do they get up these big old waterfalls? I just don't know. Okay, well that kind of gives you an idea of how we can do a couple of waterfalls with some cascade, some buried in rocks. Let's go on to the next water exercise.